since you have more time at home, in the computer, it's maybe a better opportunity for you to focus and do some more coding to build some better apps. Since everything will be online, and it'll be interesting to do, to help you to focus, I guess. So anyway, so let's kind of recap what we did last time. Okay, so we had this chat app, all right? Let me move some of the windows. All right, so I'm gonna just mute everyone, okay, just in case some of the background noise, okay? But feel free to speak out or use the chat window to communicate. All right, so that's the chat app, and let me rerun it. All right. So pretty much we did a very quick prototype for the chat. I think for the goal for today is to kind of polish some of the little details, and then try to add a couple other features using some different services. Okay. So basically, all we did was we had 3 screens. Okay, we have a main screen that is the typical login, but we added a name attribute to display the user's name. Once you log in, you will go to the home screen, friend list screen, where you can see the list of friends. Okay, let me also open my Firebase. And then we were using a lot of the real-time database. All right, so we got the users, and then you got some of this. Okay, all right, I see some of you are also using my code probably, so very good. You got the users and also the messages, right? And we particularly explain that the user has unique ID, then you can attach also the attributes. And for the messages, we manage them differently. So we want to basically control every pair of users chat history like this in a list with timestamp, right? So it's very quickly. All right, no problem. And then let me log in with John. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and log in. All right, you got a friend list, and then John talked to Paris. All right, so these are the lists we had, and then you can type new messages. Send. All right, so that message goes here, and also it will be saved in the database. All right, so that's what we had last time. A couple of things we can do. One is, we can play around with the UI here a little bit to make it look more like a chat. One thing I think we can add is the time, since we have the time stamp here, so we should be able to figure out the time of the message. That's something we can add. Another one is to see how hard it is to make like a UI, just like a regular chat, the background box. So I haven't done that yet. I assume there should be something we can reuse. Okay, but let's go back to the code. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the chat view. All right, for the chat view here, let's go to the list view where it shows all the chat message histories right here. So we got a list of the data which you see from here. These are the messages, and then we're particularly grabbing the message attribute to display. So that's what we use the tag here. All right. So if you want to make this part, for example, to do to display also the timestamp, okay, we can get we can change this one into maybe column. All right, so I'm going to move this tags to here, and I don't need this anymore. All right, and now I can also place the timestamp here. If I refresh, go back. Okay, so here's the message and also the time is set. And then all you need to do is convert the timestamp to a date string. So start timestamp to date time. date. How do we display that? Okay, so here it is. Okay, so it looks like there is even a message. Sorry, there's a full code. All right, I'm gonna just borrow this code here. Okay, basically it does some logic to format the. No, but it's only do the hour and all right, well let's try it. So I'm gonna use this one, read timestamp. Put it here. Date format and see. Date format, which one to import? This one, I don't think it's this one here. Let's try this one, internationalization. This one here. Date format. Yeah, that's looks like it's the same code. And which one they were using? Oh, it looks like we got to actually import the actual package. Okay, so that's which package is that? In international. Try that. All right, so it looks like we got this package here. Add it to the dependency. Okay, internationalization. Get package. All right, go back here. All right, so that helps. All right, so it looks, let's see if that works. Okay, read timestamp. It does pretty sophisticated time format. So let's put it here. And that will be this one here. Call the method. Turn this into the method. Okay, refresh. All right, so looks good. It only shows the time. Okay, and also this is not our time zone. Okay, so not a very good method. What does this one do? I saw this one does some kind of a days ago. All right, so anyway, let's just add some other like this in here also. See if that works. Okay, so this. All right. Oops, the year looks so strange. All right, that was a bad code. Okay, let's try. Let's see if there's anything else we can try. Okay, let's simplify that. I will just delete the whole thing here. I don't like this method. So then now will be passed and then it will be formatted, and I will just return it. That help. Okay, so this is March 12th. Okay, so this is let's change it to this one. All right, and then you can also add this maybe. Okay, so that looks good. It's all 224. Oh, because of this. Sorry about that. I should just use. It's not now. It should be coming from the the given time. So how do we do the given time? Use the previous example. Timestamp. Okay, so maybe it's this one here. This. That's probably I call that. All right. So let's see. Yeah, I think that looks right? So 10:17, and then that was on Tuesday 11. We're doing this at the end of the class. All right. So this is how you can make the messages show like this. Some other thing to do, for example, the UI, or actually two things. Like normally for the chat, like the message you send shows up on right, the message other people send shows up on the left, right? So you have to align them. Align them, well, you basically have to decide the if it's coming from you or come from the other person, right? So first of all, let's figure out how do we align those. So it comes to this message here. This is what you returned, and let's see how we do the container, because that has a alignment. Let's try it. Okay, I'm gonna do this, see if that, oh no, it doesn't work. And I forgot that. So Flutter container align right. Let's see how that works. All right, so they use this one here. Remember, there's a way to do it with the there's also the container. Oops. Alignment bottom. Let's try that. Okay. Is it right? All right, nice. So this is easy. All right, so if you do either center right or center left. Okay. See. All right, so that's how it works. Now, what we need to do now is to basically have some kind of condition. I don't know if we can do something like this. Okay, let me try this. Okay, let me try if we can do something like this. It looks like we can. So if that's the case, all right, so we can put a condition, right? So one is left, one is right. Now remember, the way to do this one is, since for the chat between the two, we know our current user, we know the target user. So you are the current user, wherever you log in, and then you're chatting with the target user. So you use this one to differentiate, right? So this part become easy. If widget, because you're getting this thing from the top class, okay? Current user ID equals to, for example, the chat history list index, and then I think it's called a UID. Remember, we're saving all the it's called sender. Okay, sender. If that equals to a current user, I'm gonna put you to the right. Otherwise, you go to the left. All right. Refresh. See. So the one you're sending, go to the left. Try again. All right. So it comes to here. And if another user sends it again, it will show to the left. All right. And finally, maybe the UI. I don't know how hard it is. Okay, let's try a little bit. Okay, Flutter tags. I got chat. How do we say it? Chat box text style, I guess. Right. See if there's some quick example we can borrow. I didn't test this one before, but that's their style. Oh, actually, this is pretty nice. They also show the name icon here. Not bad. But I'm just trying to figure out a way to do the different one. Chat bubble, is that Is that what you mean? This one? Well, let's just do it ourselves. So basically, we just need to do up like a rounded corner. No, background color. Let's try that. Okay. All right. So I think this is probably something we can do. Let's try this one here. Okay. So we basically have to wrap everything with this creep rectangle. And then that's going to include the container. Okay, so let's try this one. All right, so we got here. Maybe we only wrap the message part. So I'm gonna do this one. Wrap it with a widget. All right, so that's gonna be the creep rectangle. So creep rectangle could have some attributes. Try this one here. Border radius. All right, let's try to see what it looks like. All right, don't see it. I think that we need a color. Okay, so where to specify the color? Oh, we need a container as well. So let's do this one to wrap that with a container. And then container could have the color. Yep. So that's what it looks like. You know, just a little like an example. Okay. So the blue is not good. We have a gray. So that looks a little bit better. Okay. But we need to play around with this part here. How do we? So one thing we need to do is to increase the paddings. Okay, I think the paddings come from here. 10. All right. So the padding, that actually looks pretty nice. And then the radius, if you think this is too much, maybe give 10. All right, so yeah, that's pretty nice. And then now we got this issue. Okay, so they got like this overlap. Oh, because of the height I specified here. What if I delete the height? All right, so that's better. So there's no constraints. Okay, and then just to play a little bit more, like one is this the font text size we can make it smaller. Okay, so the date time, this one here, we don't need to be this large. Okay, so Flutter text size. All right, so you gotta add this style. Try this. So all of this, there's no way you can remember or learn any of those. Simply look for examples. That's how it works. Okay, because as long as I understand, we see text, string, style. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay. So this one I'll make it smaller, 12. I didn't see the chain. I'll do 8. Yeah, this is definitely smaller. I'll do 10. All right, so I'm gonna do that. And then finally, let's just align everything. Okay, I think it's not really aligned. Let me see which one. So this one is a container. Okay, so the column itself also, I think it has alignment. So this one will be the cross alignment. Let's try it. All right, so that one works. So that one works for the other situation, but for the sender, okay. But for the recipient, it will be go to the start. All right, so hopefully you can see it, guys. Okay, so that's how you kind of play around with the UI. Okay, what we did was we add a little bit, the background, Greek background using container color, and then we add a little corner, rounded corner. You can specify the values from here, and then we add little padding. We put the date time here, and then also align them to different directions. Okay. So to make it even better, you can change the color for different users, and also maybe add a little bit margin to the bottom. So that part you can do, I think, from here. Okay. So margin, edge only to bottom, for example, 5. All right, so that's a little bit margin. Okay, so that's how it works. All right, so very quick implementation for the chat window is simpler than I thought. So that's why, like, some of the app like this is if you think about all this social media app, they all have this feature, but really to make it, it just costs you 2 or 3 hours for the whole everything. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to play around with all the UI stuff. But then the best way is you just go ahead to basically check some other good examples if you want to improve it, and then apply that to yours. And then try to figure out what's the best way. A lot of the UI styles, you don't have only one way to do it, but it doesn't matter as long as you find the way that works for your app. That's fine. All right. So, any questions so far? All right. So what I want to do next is to integrate one more feature. Now this feature, we want to try to show you 2 things. So I want to add another kind of message that you can click, and then you can take a picture. Send a picture to your message box. Sorry, to your list view here. In order to do that, you will need to know how to take a picture, how to save it, and how to send it to the Firebase. For Firebase, there is a particular service that handles the saving the files, not real-time database. Remember, this one is a NoSQL database. Theoretically, you can put images here by putting all the binary data, but that's too much trouble. And then this database is not supposed to use for the file storage. So they do have a service called storage. Okay, so we can start to play around with this one. We use this one in the Android. I haven't tried this in Flutter. Hopefully it's not really that difficult. Okay, so this one here, let's just start it. And then this one shows a location where you save it. Okay, so I'll just place it here. All right. Create a bucket. So I think this service allows you to put the files there and you can get a URL. Okay. All right, so like here, you can upload a file. Let me see anything interesting here. I'll just use one of the flyers. All right, so you upload a file here, and then you can save it. Once you save it, you can then get also this, I think that there's this URL that I think that you should be able to generate a public URL. Let me see. Not sure if this one should be public or at least temporary. Okay, so anyway, so that's basically sort of very easy to use. Okay, so we're gonna put our images to this service so that you can link the URL and then show it on your app. Okay, but to do that first, we need to take a picture. Okay, so I'm gonna add one more button right here just to make it allows you to take a picture. So go down here. All right, so I'm gonna make another button. And I think we'll probably need some of this here. Okay. So two buttons, send and photo. If you click on photo, we're gonna open the camera and then take it. So to take a picture, I was looking at this article here. Okay, so this part I would say is a little bit more difficult than Android. Okay, so it has more code. Basically, let's follow the steps here. Okay, so you will need to first add some dependency. Do you need this camera dependency? You need a system called pass provider to access your local storage. You need a pass, and this are like packages. I already find them here. So let's install those. So camera, so this one. And I start to add this to YAML file. Second one is pass finder. Next one is pass. All right, so get all the packages. So also take a look at this important instruction here for camera. Okay, so when you use this one, remember this is a Flutter camera, so that means they're supposed to work for both Android and iOS. So what you need to do is, I think you also need to change something slightly here. One is for Android. Okay, you need to change this Android version to miniver version 21. So this file here is inside the Android Gradle file. And it's this one here, talking about the minimum version. So I kind of explained this one in the first day, that Android has a lot of version. I think right now it's 29, 28. And the minimum version means that the minimum version your device had to support to run this app. So I think the reason is this library only works for the newer version, so you have to make sure this one is 21, right? So, and then from there, we could, I'm going to use this example here. Okay, so let's go through the code. So you basically need to first grab the available cameras. So there is this API call that allows you to get the cameras. And then you return the first camera from the list. And then after that, you initialize this controller. Okay, so you can have this new screen that take a picture screen. This one is going to basically initialize this controller right here. And then to show everything. You also need to build a camera preview to display the actual images. That's how you do it right here. And then finally, take a picture. You get a button here, floating button, and then you wait for the controller. Once you take a picture, you save that to the disk, get the dictionary directory, and finally you can get the actual file. Okay, so that's how it works. So here's the complete code. Now, let's just use the complete code here, okay? Because this is too much. That's why, I mean, Android is simpler than this, right? If you all you need to do is take a regular picture, you can send the intent and it's open the camera automatically and then comes back. But maybe this is because it supports two platforms, okay? So anyway, if you look at the code, now this is, there is a min method that grabs the camera for you, okay? And also there is a screen, take a picture screen. This is a class and a state class. After that, there's also another one to display the picture, probably once the picture is taken, how you want to show it, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I will copy all the code here, especially from this part, okay, to here. Because this part here handles all the take a picture screen and then show the result. The reason I can't do this one is because they put this code into the main method. Okay, we already have one main method, so that's why I can't use another main method. So let me come back to my code. I'm going to create a new Dart file. I'll call it camera view. Okay. I get all this code here. And then we obviously need all the dependencies. Look at this one here. All right, so that's good. So this part here is to take care of the actual taking picture, the UI part. Now, before that, we need to use this one to grab the camera, because when you use this take a picture screen class, you need to pass this camera there. This is required. So, and then looks like this one you have to wait a little bit, to get the actual physical camera from the phone. So what I need to do is, let's go to our chat view where we trigger this photo. All right, so let's not worry about the Firebase part for now. Let's see how we can open the camera. Okay, so what we need to do is use this part of the code. Okay, and then to run to go to that new screen. Okay, so let's find out the code where we go to the new screen. All right, so this one, we're gonna go to this it's called a take picture screen. And this one need a camera, so that's why we need to provide this camera here. But now the problem is here is this guy here had to wait. Well, first of all, that we need to get the dependencies. Okay, so I think it's coming from the camera. All right, so this one, we need to wait for the camera. So this one gave you a future. Okay, so that means that if you put this method right here, then we need to basically do this kind of thing. Okay, then, okay, cameras. If we got the available camera, then what do we do? So we can then save this one here. We got a camera, the first one, and then we can call to start next screen. Okay, so this one will be the first camera. All right, so that's just the only piece here. So whenever you see basically the code like a wait, that means you have to wait here. So when you do this, that means this message is returning the future. You don't know when it comes back. So there are two ways. One way you can just wait here until it's returned, but then you need to make your message as asynchronous like this. Okay. Otherwise, just like what we did, use this callback method to do it. All right. So that's how we can trigger the camera. Let's see. Let's try it. All right. All right. Come back. Now this time I'm going to come back to Paris. And all right, and talk to John. All right, as you can see, the Paris message coming from here. Let me actually send another one. All right, so it goes to right. So then I'm going to click on the photo. No response. Well, I guess we need to probably start out because we add a lot of new dependencies and also this camera. Maybe we need to compile. Okay. Try this here. Using plugin. Oh, okay. So I think this one is what the previous error message. So this one is still building. Let's see if that works. All right, try it again. Okay. How do you? Oh wait, sorry. I think I logged in with John. I need to talk to Paris. Okay. All right, take a picture. Oh, I think that's gonna work. Allow. All right, so that's how it works. So if I take a picture right here, all right, so we got this photo. That's what the other screen does. Okay, so if you go back to his camera view, right, so you gotta take a picture screen and then take a picture screen state. Once you get that, you have finally this display picture screen right here. Okay, so this one just simply show the image from the file. Okay, now what we need is to take this file and upload it to the actual Firebase storage. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, let's give it a try. I haven't done this. Hopefully the demo goes well. So first of all, we need to find out the Firebase plugin to use. Let's go down here. You can find all the list of plugins. From here, we're looking at the cloud storage. Okay, so this is the one we need. All right, so it looks like the code is not too bad. Okay, you get a reference, and then you have this upload task. You upload the picture to Firebase, and then just wait. So it looks like pretty straightforward. And then the most important part is the data. So what is the data here? Okay, so we gotta see if there are better examples, but let's add the dependency first. So where is dependency? All right, so it's I saw there was a link, but let me see. Nope, I didn't put it here. All right, so this is the one we're looking for. Okay, all these plugins. Let's find out. It's a storage called Firestore. No, this is Firestore storage. This one here. Let's use this. All right, so this is the official package repository, and let's see if there are more examples. So here's more example that, okay, so this is good. So you need to provide this upload file, create the ID, the file, get the file, we already have the file, and then put a reference, all of this. So we should be good, okay? So let's try this. So I'm gonna do install first, get this package to use storage, get the package, all right? And now what we need to do is to figure out where to upload the picture. Okay, so I probably would just do it right here in the camera display. Okay, for now. Okay, just for now. Let's see how we can make it better. So go to the camera view. Okay, so that's the body. Okay, so I'm gonna do a column. I'll put this one inside a column so that I can do a button. Upload. right. So let me refresh the view. Okay, so right here, okay, I got this button here. So I'm going to use this one to, first of all, I want to just to see if I can grab the image task, because this is pretty important. If this image already been saved, I'm going to upload. It's a little bit weird. Doesn't allow me to do it. Right. Let me just be safe and then restart it, okay? Right, so we should be close. Right, so let's look at this example one more time. And then when you try to use the storage, just create create a UUID, get the file, and okay, so this one here, you gotta create a file and write that as a string. And then you create a reference, a child, an upload task, metadata, the actual file right here. Okay, so this is the most important part. So we can probably just take this one and reread it. Okay. Before that, I actually saw one thing. For the storage, we probably need to make it public, so that's either, okay, for the rules. So right now, I'm gonna make this one to be true. Okay. So this one should allow us to all just go there without authentication. Okay. I just want to simplify this whole process, okay? All right, so go back, test this one more time. Now I'm gonna click on try to join with John. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, log in. All right, and then I'll click on cache, take a picture, take a picture myself. Now I'm gonna click on upload. All right, so here, as you can see, guys, this is the file. The file has been stored in the file. Okay, so that's the file name. Now we're going to upload it. Let's try it. So I'm gonna go here to grab this part of the code. This seems to be just a code that we can directly use. And then obviously we need to get the Firebase storage. I think we also need the IO stuff. Okay, so let me try this. Let's work with the files. All right, so we already have the IO. Okay. All right, so let's look at this. Upload file, and then you could provide a UUID. You get this one here. So since we already have the file, and so we can, the image path, we know that one. So it should be simplified in this part here. Okay, so it should be this one here. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. And then write as string, key text test string. What is that? Okay, just a string. Oh, it is the test. Okay, write as string. Oh, they're writing that one into the file. Okay, so, and then what we need to do just to use this one. Okay, so we don't need this one anymore. So just if we read as string, that should give us, well, actually, we don't need that. This is to verify that. So if this is the file and that's the file, we're good to go. All right, and then here we need to specify the reference. We'll create a storage here. Then you specify a bucket. All right, so let's create a bucket. So a bucket is a place where you can, it's just like a folder. Okay, Oh no, this is my bucket. So that's me. So here's the app. Okay, sure we need this one? I feel that we don't need it. So let's do it without it because I think the reference should be enough. So this one use a storage reference. Storage dot reference. So storage comes from here. Okay, so let's see if we can do something similar as before. Okay, so to get the storage will be the Firebase storage.instance. Yeah, that should give us the actual. All right, so let's try if that works. Okay, now we got a storage have, and now we got a reference. And then right here, you could specify a path. Okay, I will try to do photos. And then a child. This one works just like the real-time database. I assume this is a file name, so we could. That's why they use UUID. Oh, I see. Okay, so we can also do that. And then they need a UUID. Do we have UUID here? UUID generate a unique ID. They can use that for the file name. That's why they're doing this. Okay, so it looks like we need to get Flutter UUID package. Again. So the UID, that's our file name. Photo. And then this is the PNG. All right. So this one got the reference, and then we got upload task, metadata, here, file, and tasks. All right. So task we need to add this. Okay, so this part looks a little confused. Let's see why I didn't do this one here. Okay, we put this one into tasks. The list of the tasks. They use the state, and then where do they trigger the task? So they're building a more sophisticated thing. Okay, so I don't think we need that. Let me just see a simple one. We'll test.event.listen. Put data. Or maybe this one will be just triggering it. Okay, let me see. Dot. Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe we'll just listen it. Is complete. Events. Dot listen. Events. Event type. All right, so see if this, so I assume this part will just trigger it. Okay, so, and then that returns to the task you can follow it. Do we need the metadata? Let me just really make sure it's simple. Okay. All right, guys, this part, let's see if that works. So I'm gonna upload the file from here. Okay, so let's be safe. We run it again. Okay. Here's take photo myself. I'm gonna try to upload, and then click on that. It's kind of weird. It's not really triggered. Sure why. Okay. Okay. So let me rerun it. This one should have this print a message. Oh, actually, there are some success. Okay. So let's go here. Go to my API here. And refresh. How can I refresh? Yep, it does work, guys. So there's the photos bucket, and then every time when I click, it just happened. Okay, so it took some time to click on this one. It shows the photo. All right, so pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's try one more time. Obviously, at the end, we need a better UI to handle all of this. Take a picture. One more time. And then upload. All right, so as you can see, the nice thing here, it actually shows the progress. Okay, it actually knows that you're actually in the process of uploading and eventually successful. All right, so very cool. So once you upload it, all we need is actually get the URL. Okay, so again, let's refresh this part here. And I think that's the latest one. But anyway, I think it's actually better to use the timestamp for the file name rather than the UUID. So, but anyway, so this one should be the latest one. All right. So finally, let's see if we can grab that URL from the Firebase storage, and then the example. Does it talk about URL anywhere? Oh yeah, so this one here. Get download URL. Okay, so this is the one that you can grab. Okay, so this line is very important. Okay, so let's try this. So if this one is done, okay, so if key dot type equals to storage task event type dot success. All right, and then we should be able to grab the download URL. Okay, so let's do it. So how can we make this one like synchronize? Asynchronize. Okay, so try this, and then we get a URL, and then we should just print verify the URL. Okay. So this one you only do it once you finish uploading. All right. So let's try this one more time. Click on upload. All right, guys, look at here. So that's the download URL, and click on this, and then you get my folder here. All right, so really convenient. Okay, everything. All we need to do is just to trigger the image and then use the API to upload. As you can see, when you upload it, all you need to do is provide the file, provide a name, and then start upload. That's it. And then when it's done, capture the URL, and then you can just return this URL back to the chat view, and then send it to Firebase. Okay, so how do we send this one back? That's the main problem. Okay, so that way we will need to know how to do the Flutter, like a screen wait for screen return, something like that. Okay, return data from the screen, because we start a new screen to get the camera, but we need to get the URL back. Okay, so let's see if we can finish this. All right, so what we need to do is you start a navigator wait. All right, and then the other one, when you're done, probably need to return something. Okay. All right, so you need the navigator pop context return this in here. Okay, so let's try. This will allow us to return the URL back, but then we need to pop. Let's see how this one got. Okay, so this one also use this. All right, so I think that might work. Okay, and we need a context. This is going to return you the URL, and then we need to wait for example, the chat view here. As you start, you gotta wait for the return URL. Okay, let's see. When you wait, you do things like this. Okay. Yeah, so you make this part asynchronized. This part here. And then print result URL result. So I'm not sure that's going to work because there are actually two screens from the camera. If not, then we would just do two returns. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, one more time. So I choose a user, and then when I start to do this, I'm gonna wait for the result, okay? And then we take a picture, we'll go here to upload, and then once that is done, it returns. So it returns to this screen. So this screen, let's make this screen also to return. So let's try that one. So, and then it's gonna work, I guess. Review, like this one here, let's also wait on it. Right, so to use exactly the same approach. Okay. So this one also wait on that. And then once you got a result, and then you go back. So again, not the most optimized way, but hopefully that works. Result back. Okay. All right, try one more time. All right, photo. We're waiting for the result and take a picture and then upload it. This back. All right, as you can see, this screen here now finally got this URL. Okay, and then the rest part will be really easy. So if you got this URL, then you just do this part here as before. Okay, we'll put the message back to the Firebase. Okay, now this time, as you can see, the message is not going to be the text because you're basically giving me a URL. So I'm going to put the URL here. Then, but I also need to specify a type maybe, right? So this is a image. All right, so then we'll know that if it's the image, I'm going to grab this message right here. Okay. And then if you want to show the image, right? So we need to do something like here for the UI. Yeah, this part here. So this one here. So for the child, and then you can also do things like this. Okay, if the chat history, list index dot type, is that equal to image? All right, and then we're going to use a image. The image will come from here. Otherwise, just use the text. The only thing I'm not sure if, what if this one doesn't exist before? Okay, I don't know if that's going to cause that a problem. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I can do something simpler. So I can just do the message start with, let's see, the Dart string start with. If that start with HTTP, we can just do that. Okay. Kind of a hack. Or HTTPS starts with. All right, so hopefully, guys, this is gonna complete. Okay, photo, picture, upload, back here. All right, so here we go. Okay, so if you see the database and the thing we're changing, go back to the database. We didn't change anything, and because now you come with a photo, we're just saving that photo URL right here. As you can see, this is the photo URL, but then this one comes from the Firebase Storage. And then all we need to do is differentiate the type. Okay, you can either do this one or you can just make another type here. That will be better. Okay, so you don't have to hack this URL. All right, so the new things today, one is how to take a picture. Okay, look at that tutorial. Secondly, how to use Firebase Storage. Okay, very cool storage for files. You can put anything, any kind of file things in the storage. All right, so that's what I have today. Okay, any questions? All right, and so again, keep working on your app. Okay, if any technical questions, as you want to chat, feel free to let me know. I can still be online for another 10-15 minutes. Otherwise, I will just see you next week. Okay, I think we don't have class on Tuesday. Okay, but we will meet on Thursday. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Right, I think it's Friday to Tuesday. It's closed. I think that's what the email was mentioning. So I'll send another announcement. So we probably will meet on Thursday. All right.